This spring, I was delighted to see a mallard take up residence at a curve along the Whitemud Creek where I walk frequently. It's one of my favorite stops in the morning, as it has a good view of the creek from the bridge. In the morning, I would see this drake with his lovely green head, keeping warm from the morning cold. I began to take note of him each time I passed, looking to see if he was still there and what he was doing. If he had a mate, I couldn't tell, so I nicknamed him the Bachelor. The flowing water sound you hear is a set of man-made rapids. It's a combination of rock, which is used to prevent flooding, and the remains of a beaver's dam from last year that haven't been fully washed away with the spring melt. Then, on a sunnier day, I spotted him again.
So watching this little guy, he does have a mate. Very happy for him.
The mallard was a dutiful spouse, staying in the area to distract predators and helping to protect his mate when a real bachelor duck flushed her out to try to mate with her. One day, I spotted him with two other males on the other side of the bridge. I wondered where his mate was, and if she was okay. As we turned to leave, I spotted something else near the shore and heading downstream. There were a few somethings. Ducklings! I was very excited to see them, and so we continued to watch them. The current in this section of the creek gets a little choppy, and it looked like the little ducklings were frightened of the rushing water. The mother duck went down the first part, only to find her brood wasn't following her. They tucked themselves into the relative safety of the sticks. The mother duck came in and checked on them, and she tried again to encourage them to come downstream. The brood got divided around the rock at this point. Meanwhile, the mother duck decided to lead her ducklings overland around the menacing waters. but she didn't realize that again her ducklings were divided. Once they passed the troublesome area, some of the ducklings were able to jump back in the water and get carried to calmer waters. She still didn't realize that some of her ducklings were now stuck. They were too scared to jump into the rushing water, so they headed back to the first area where the sticks were. They waited. We waited. We could hear their little quacks calling out to their mother. Eventually, they made it to the top of the rock, and one after another, they jumped off and were carried down to where their mother and father and siblings were waiting.
Brave ones. More than Mallard did. What about the overland route?
Family reunited, and we continued on our walk. As always, thanks for watching.